My name is David. I was going through YouTube and I was going through why you can't find a good man, why you can't find a good woman, why you can't do this, why you couldn't do that. I'm going to give you my opinion because I've been in a relationship, and trust me, I'm a good man. I had a good woman. It's not all that in a bag of chips. It's full of shit. I'm going to tell you something. My ex was a good woman till she didn't know how to treat me right. She treated me like garbage. Blame me for so much of her fucking problems because of situation. And one thing, I don't have to lie about certain things in my life. She didn't know how to treat a man right. She didn't know how to appreciate a man right because selfish, pamper, rich girl she is. I'm sorry. And if she sees this YouTube, it's true. Instead of taking responsibility for some of her mistakes of the actions, and I'm going to take responsibility for some of my mistakes of my actions in the relationship. It wasn't I treat her like crap, she treated me like crap, we both treated like each other like crap. Though both are our faults because we took it. We decided my fault, I took the bullshit. That means it's not women's fault, it's not men's fault, it's both parties' faults. Because if you find a good man and you don't know how to treat a person right, that's your fault. And the other person's fault is taking that mistreatment too. To me, that's full of shit. I just can't stand when people point the finger at your fault, my fault, take some of the blame of the action. Because I was watching a video like, it's a man's fault because of I can't find a good man. You're full of shit. Sometimes it's the woman's fault. Sometimes there's a good woman doesn't know how to treat a good man right because the first thing they accuse him, you double dealing my back, or you cheating on me, or you taking this shit, or you doing this, or you doing something. That was my fault because I had a woman treating me like that because I was faithful to her with her situation when she was going through it badly, and I was right in her corner. I'm a good man and I don't have to lie about it. Anybody knows me knows who I am for real. That's what I think I am. Whoever knows me knows who I am. That means if somebody blames you and puts all the stress on you, that means they're full of shit. It means they don't know how to treat a man, or a man does the same thing to a woman. That means he doesn't know how to treat a woman right. Both parties' fault. That upsets me in a lot of way when people on these YouTube videos they point fingers towards each other. No, take responsibility for some of the mistakes you did in your marriage, in your relationships, because both parties' faults. And I'm gonna say the brutal, hardcore truth because you know why? It's the truth. People don't like my opinion. I don't give a fuck because that's the way I am. Because I have blame for some of my mistakes in my relationship. Because one thing, I should never took the shit, and I was very faithful to my woman, my ex. I was very faithful to my ex. Put it that way. I was very faithful. Yeah, I had my moments that I been faithful. I worked hard. I gave her everything. But she still was very ungrateful in a lot of ways. And I was very ungrateful because I should have never took the shit. I should have been aware of the situation more carefully before I stuck my foot in my whole mentality into the situation. And you know what? I'm not blaming her, and I'm not blaming. It's both our faults. She doesn't want to take responsibility for some of the actions she wants to do because she doesn't want to admit her mistakes. I'm gonna admit my mistakes. Yes, I fucked up in so many levels. Though she doesn't want to admit. When a person doesn't admit their mistakes, it means they're not a good person in life. They're not a real good person in life because that's full of shit. Because they say I'm a good person, though a good person admits their mistakes in life. It doesn't matter, it's good, bad, whatever situation it is. They have to admit their mistakes to be a good person in down the future. Whoever says blame this, blame men, bullshit. If you blame a woman, bullshit. You have to blame both parties because that's both parties' fault. That means stop pointing fingers towards each other, point fingers on yourselves, and take responsibility. Have the fucking balls to point the finger towards each other, not each other. Point the finger on yourself, because that's how it goes in life. I learn to a certain age. I learn things from life. That means if you get into a relationship, take responsibility for some of the mistakes you make in your life. Don't point fingers, because that's full of shit. Because you got to take responsibility for some of the mistakes you did in the relationship. Even it's pointed out of stupidity, whatever stupid shit she points shit at you. It's your fault, because you know you right on certain levels and she's right on certain levels, and you blame mistakes on each other. You're full of shit. Blame mistakes on yourselves, because that's how it goes.